Welcome back to FUBARCADE. This is your news for January 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th. Had to do it real quick in my head there. 2017. Bunch of stuff to talk about in gaming, especially with the Switch and with Splatoon and with a couple other things. But this first video I'm doing today is just going to be a really quick few things I want to say about Nintendo Switch presentation and the reaction over the weekend and the first confirmed details and a few other things here and there. But let's get into the Switch first. First of all, it is amazing how certain people are covering this media event, saying this is one of the worst. There are people out there that are saying this is the worst console debut ever. Do you not remember the Xbox One announcement? Do you not remember the PlayStation 3 announcement? Do you not remember the Sega Saturn announcement? Way, way, way worse announcement events. For crying out loud, the Xbox One. Do you remember how bad everyone flipped out over that? Come on. PlayStation 3, the freaking ridiculously high price tag for it. This is fucking ridiculous. Big thing is that people don't realize companies stagger their press releases before the debut of a major new product. I don't think some people within video game journalism know that or something. I don't know. They're kind of not reporting on this very favorably or very well. Nintendo is like going to be giving us a drip of information in between now and the actual launch date, so that with the release of press releases and new news and new things that are going to be available at launch, they keep the hype for it going over the next 6 weeks. That's what Nintendo wants to do. They want to keep the hype train going. They can't tell you everything like in one huge conference and then expect you to the buzz to keep going for the next 6 weeks. With that kind of glut of information, interest would die down. So they're going to be giving us a little bit at a time between now and launch. Stop freaking out about details. We will be getting more of them. Stop freaking out. That being said, another thing I wanted to talk about real quick was the price tag, which people are still freaking out about. And they're also freaking out about there not being a pack-in game. That has not been confirmed or denied, I gotta admit. According to Nintendo's official site, they haven't said anything about a packing game, but it's going to have something in there other than just the console and the remotes and everything. Whenever you buy, like with the 3DS, with the Wii U, there's always a couple of free-to-play games that come with the console. Like even if it's not in the box, you're going to be able to download it for free off of Nintendo's online game store. So there's going to be some things available, and I'm betting anything, pretty much, I'm hoping everything that was available for Wii U in their game store will be able to access on the Switch. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would be great if it did. That would double the games library. I mean, things aren't going to be backwards compatible because of lack of a disk drive, but maybe downloads of those games will still be able to work on the Switch. I don't know. We haven't had confirmation of that. If there's a Wii U emulator on there or anything, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there is, but, we'll still have the Virtual Console. And we'll have, pretty much hopefully all of Nintendo's first-party titles available in the eStore for the Switch. I'm hoping. It's likely. It's likely. At least the classic stuff like NES, Super NES, N64. Maybe we'll see some more GameCube stuff on it, I'm hoping. Maybe we'll see some Wii stuff on it. Maybe we'll see Wii U stuff on it. I'm hoping. No confirmation, but no denial either. So stop freaking out about there not being enough stuff to play at launch. There's going to be. Don't worry. Okay, moving on from that. Skyrim Special Edition for Nintendo Switch. Should I be saying special edition? That's been a point of debate over this weekend after Skyrim was finally officially announced for the Switch. people were kind of freaking out, saying, "Wait a minute, why doesn't the preview say Skyrim remastered? Oh, it must not be a remaster. It must be the one from a few years ago." Well, first of all, no announcement to that has been made. However, there have been people online who have seen the demo of the gameplay on the Switch and comparing the demo to the computer version from a few years back. This has enhanced visuals compared to the old computer version. The remaster, people have compared the graphics of the remaster on Xbox One and Xbox One and PlayStation 4, and said that the graphics in those versions of the remaster are comparable to the original version on PC. Almost as good. This means that if the graphics for the Nintendo Switch version are better than what was on PC originally, this might be actually even better than the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions. That's a possibility. They haven't released the details yet, but that's a distinct possibility. And moving along from that, a lot of people have been freaking out over the power of the system and that it's underpowered. First of all, just because you have all the advanced graphic technology in your console does not mean that game developers are making the most of it. I talked about this in a previous video, where AAA titles have been nerfed, so it's comparable across all platforms. Games are nerfed, so someone comes out with a game, it comes out on both the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. They're going to look very visually the same. Like, one will be downgraded in certain aspects, frames per second, what have you, so that when you compare the Xbox version to the PlayStation version, they look virtually the same. So people can't say, "Oh, well, I'm not going to buy this version because the version on the other system looks better." They're nerfing their own games. That's something that a lot of AAA developers do. And that's a big reason why Destiny didn't come out on PC. Because it could possibly look even better on PC than it did on the home consoles. So, game developers do that all the time. Now, with the Switch, we could be seeing a better version than the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4 versions. Stop freaking out over that, okay? Stop freaking out over the hardware. It's going to be powerful enough. Pretty much every game developer out there is saying porting stuff from their Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versions over to the Switch is remarkably easy. So we are going to be, the stuff that's coming out on those other two systems, we're going to see it coming out on the Switch, hopefully. If it's easy for these companies to do, and they can make some money off of it, trust me, they're going to do it. With the Wii U, it was very difficult making Wii U versions of those AAA titles that were coming out on the other consoles. It was difficult. That's why, they didn't get a whole lot of them, and why they dried up completely over time. With the Switch being new, with the Switch being able to be translated better over to their platform, we're going to see more AAA stuff, more third-party stuff. So that's good news right there. But yeah, that's all for the Switch right now that I want to talk about. Thank you for watching. I'll be bringing you more news every single day up until Switch launch. Hopefully every single day. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.